What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of Lyle's Figure Files. I'm here. Hopefully, you are as well. Yeah, it's been a crazy day, crazy couple days actually. But yeah, we're here. It's Friday. The weekend's here. There's no more one day until the weekend. It's right now. I guess most of you all are off. But hi to everyone. So the comments are popping already. Let's get into it. Let's see who all is here. James Green. Hey, action figure crew. How's it going, Jeffrey? Good, James. Happy Friday to you, my friend. 80s kid from the 90s. What's up, Jeff? Happy Friday. Toy Collector Squad, assemble. King Collector. The king is in the building. What's up, y'all? Hear ye, hear ye. Morris Phillip. Good time zone, all. What's up, Morris? How are you tonight? Not tonight. It's still daylight. Just trying to figure out how the heck to do the lighting. I don't typically do the show when at least the live while it's still light outside. So we'll see how this plays. Probably by the end of it, it'll still be some traces of sunlight. But we'll see how this goes. G Brew is here. What up, y'all? What's up, my friend? Ryan Daly's here. What's up, fellas? Ryan, how's it going? I'm done watching the Acolyte, that's for sure. That episode just made me too uncomfortable. There's a lot of shirtless dudes going on in the Acolyte. I guess maybe that'll be some action figures they sell later. Nameless Void 53. Hey, yo, how's it going? Danny Roo. Yo, what's up, Jeff? How are you? I'm doing fine, Danny Roo. How's everything by you? Northern Nomad, what up? The weekend comes, the cycle hums. What's up, Jamewood Parks? How are you, my friend? Speaking moistly. Good day, people. What's up? Oh, and Cobra. La, 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 la. Judge Dreads is here. What up, Jeff? What's up, Judge Dreads? All right, as usual, start this thing off. What did you all get? I just got something in the mail today from FedEx just a few hours ago. It just popped up. Now too much light. Now my dreadnoughts are complete. So I've got the original 3. There we go. Got Torch. Too much light. Too much glare. Very excited to get this guy into the collection. I finally, and this has been a while. Opened up, did my photo review of her. So of course I needed to get my dreadnoughts together. Oops. So I had to cancel. Oh, I see what happened. There we go. Let's try that again. So there you go. You all can see my newest edition that I opened. Zorana. It's her. I still need to figure out what the heck to do with Buzzer, his chainsaw, his glasses. I keep fiddling around with different things, but it's driving me nuts. But she looks really cool, and I am probably going to open and review Torch tonight because this guy looks amazing. No issues with the paint job, and because of our window back, I don't have to wonder. I don't have to guess. You just see straight up. Got that Lemmy Motorhead look going, and yeah, the original 3 dreadnoughts in the building. And I'm seeing lots of stuff from people finding all kinds of stuff at Ollie's. I haven't seen anything yet. Have you all seen anything? Sorry, I had to get the big cup of water ready. It's from one of my buddy's weddings, and definitely a good groomsman gift. One that keeps on giving. I've had this for at least 10 years. No, 15 at this point. I got Jango Fett number 2 and Energon Universe number 1. I'll let you know how they are. I know how Energon Universe number 1 is. That was solid. Danny Roo. I went to New Mexico last week with fam. I found the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack. I got Caveman Batman, and Sam Wilson, Captain America. Carnage came in the mail when I got back and already top 10. Really? Wow, okay. That's good to know. So no complaints from you on that Venom. No, you said Carnage. Right. Good deal. King Collector. Yeah, it does feel good to get that. Yeah, it's like it was kind of weird to get Zorana and then have to wait so long to get Torch. And we got Xandar coming. Nogahide is showing up. I think GameStop actually has him in stock. Let me see if that is true. Let's just do a search live because we could do that kind of thing. Let's see. All right, let's go. We're on GameStop. Joe. Bam. All right, let's see here. It's going to show up in stock. And by the way, have you all been able to get your Doc, Torch, Jinx, Night Creeper? I got my delay for him and saw in my area that folks already seen this set in their Walmarts, which I just don't go to Walmart looking for figures. I find that to be an exercise in frustration, especially if they're going to show up anywhere else. Trying to go to the shot where my friends sent me this. Of course, every time I go to do this through the phone, it's a lot of text, and I realize that I talk to my friends about these figures way too often, and we text so much that it's darn near impossible to find a text for the live show. All right, I'm gonna try one last scroll and find myself, of course, with no luck. Anyway, whole bunch of stuff. Let's see about Nagahide, though. Is he here? Is he ready for us to grab if we wanted to right this moment? Oh, he is. Add a cart. So that's awesome. 42.74. That's when that pro membership for GameStop actually comes in handy. But I kind of feel like we've seen Target drop the prices of Mutton Junkyard and $44.99. I mean, geez, we were getting Croc, Master, and Fiona for $11.99. Kind of seems like we can wait that out a bit. He's not my favorite Dreadnought, but let's see here. Let's go to Target. Let's see what the price is for Mutton Junkyard. Last time I checked, it was really cheap. It's like 24 bucks. I swear, Target's website is harder than it needs to be sometimes, even if it knows what I'm talking about. It's like, what are you looking for? We don't get it. All right, let's see here real fast. Do a quick scroll through Target's website. Some metalheads on sale. Again, this website price is more expensive than he actually is in stores. I know he's cheaper than that. Oh, also, this was really weird. I actually saw some super old figures on the shelf, like that was just yesterday. And speaking of this shot here, look at this guy. I actually saw not Roblox, more so heavy duty on the pegs at Target yesterday. It's crazy. And I saw barbecue the other week. It's really weird that they're showing up. Anyway, let's see what y'all are talking about here. Ryan Daly, I got a 9-pack of pegless stands from Elevate Figure Displays. Nice. They're great for posing figures in action, like running or balancing on one foot. Awesome. So great to hear that you like those. I've been eyeing them as I've been reconfiguring my figure display. So glad to hear you dug them. Excuse me. Speaking moistly, I did not get any dollies this week. We got some Warhammer books. Solid. Maurice, I got a Toad, Avalanche, Sith Trooper, and Princess Peach from the Super Mario movie. Nice. Expecting to get a pile of loot from my freight forwarder this evening. What's in the pile of loot? Also, got the McFarlane Penguin and Starfire. So everything you got this week, what's your favorite? No Ollies in Canada. Where do you get your good stuff cheap? G-Brew. Ollie's in Canton had Thor, Lee, and Kirby Omnibus 1, Claremont and Mutants Omnibus 2. Nice. Luke Cage Omnibus 1. Which one did you get? Judge Drez. Jada Dawson just hit my porch. Nice. Oh, you got them from GameStop. My Doc, Torch, and Eel ship from GameStop. Might get them tomorrow, but I have a feeling it'll be Monday. Absolutely. Jalen Parks, the Shield 3-pack showed up today from Lyle's Figure Files affiliate, Entertainment Earth. Thank you, as always, for supporting the channel on that, my man. Also got Jada Mega Man and Street Fighter Ken from Big Bad Toy Store. Nice. Did you get regular Ken? Or I guess he's the only one right now. Violent Ken comes out for San Diego Comic Con. Whew. King Collector. Yeah, my Naga hide is already in my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot. Nice. Jamlin, has anyone started reading DC Absolute Power? I have not. I've been really slow doing my DC Comics reviews this week. It's on the list of things I need to do before then a day tomorrow. Danny Root, I'm also probably going to get a lot of hate, but are the prices on Infinite Wallets Build-A-Figure Wave? It's figures I don't have yet, but yes, it's expensive, but it's a one-time buy. I ripped the band-aid off. I ordered the price. I don't know what you're saying on that one. Help me out. Nameless Void. Went to Burlington. They had the Marvel Legends Vulcan, Siren, Maggot, and Darwin for $7 each. Man, that's it. That's the only ones they still got. That went a few months back, and they had those. I really, now that I have that, then I opened up the, not the Valkyries, the Shield versus Hydra 2-pack with the female troopers. I really want to get another Maria Hill. I have to do a little black paint or a little blue paint around the neck area, but I want to get another set so I can use one of those heads instead of just putting them in the baggie. I also went to Macy's. They had the Marvel Legends Retro Wave last stand, Spider-Man and Hallows Eve. Did they have a sale? Macy's been really sneakily solid for getting good deals on these figures. Stickman. Picked up NECA's Last Run and Donatello at Walmart. Love it. Now I need to find Leo. Nice. Let me star people's comments as they're answering the question of the week way early, and I don't want to forget them. All right, let's see here. Northern Nomad just got McFarlane Kilowog from 2-pack today. Nice. Oh, almost forgot. Mayfect's Ahsoka came this week too. What do you think? Maurice says Pile of Loot has Starfire Chase, Blackfire, Shield 3-pack, and the Fidgetal McFarlane Wave with Green Lantern, Batman, and Aquaman. Nice. Let's see if I can get my finger pointing properly. I love that Green Lantern. He's awesome. Let me know what you think. Just Dress. And I just got my first 3D printed toy. Very cool. Gamera. I've been putting together the last few days. It's complicated. And I just got the Yellow Park Scourge model kit. I just put together. It's nice. Very solid. Danny Rue at Ollie's. I also got Batman Nightfall Volume 3, Nights In for $7. I got that there too. It's a really good deal for that. Watchmen Collector's Edition slipcase set. I just need the Batman Volume 2 to read the trilogy. Have you not read it already? And that's solid to be able to read that for the first time. Pretty cool. Nameless Void, 40% off all toys. Oh, that's a really good deal. I thought I checked them over the course of this week looking for any 4th of July sales. So that's good to know. Thank you. I was doing a play on with the Crisis. Oh, okay. I got you. I was like, so not feeling. Now I figured out what you were saying. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty expensive wave. The sale ends on Saturday at Macy's, 40% off. That is very good to know. I really like the Mayfax Ahsoka a lot, but I think the Black Series has a better likeness. That's what started to kind of turn the corner for me with the Black Series versus the Mayfax and the figure arts, because what sent me away initially was the articulation was weak with Black Series. I thought the likenesses were poor. And then all of a sudden, Hasbro started fixing things. They still stuck with the solo elbow joint, but they made it a wider and deeper joint cut. So you basically got double jointed articulation off of a single joint. And then the likenesses with the face printing improved dramatically. It was like, I think you guys are actually a lot better for $20 and $25 than this $70-$80 figure, which has more articulation and a few more accessories, but not so over the top better that I need to go that route anymore. All right, G-Brew, I got George. Greg Rucka, Wonder Woman and Kirby Eternals, Ghostbusters t-shirt, Moon Knight Omnibus, Sam Cap Complete Collection 1, Savage Crucible Lizard Warrior Guy, Binary, the last two at Renegade Toys in Youngstown. Renegades! Undercover Colton. Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Figure Files crew. What's up, Undercover Colton? How are you? No worries. Stay safe on the freeway. Vintage Bob, I got the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi classic character yesterday. Now I'm trying to customize a Gi jacket shirt for him. I hope Iron Fist gets released soon. I'm seeing some online reviews, so hopefully soon. You know, if you're seeing them online, it's about to be real soon. And I've got to talk about Dan Hu's review on Warbird. So very soon, stay tuned on that one. Undercover Colton got a free loose Clayface today. I was going to buy it at my local comic shop, but the leg broke when I moved it, so I got one for free. Didn't even need to glue the leg though. What happened is the peg just loose and you just had to put it back into the socket. Joshua Alvarez. McFarlane has nothing but heat. Fire. Is that 4-9? 4-9. 5 or 9. 10 or 9. There we go. All right. Speaking of, let's go into it. Because I was really excited in case you all didn't see my earlier breakdown. And McFarlane's added a new figure photo in the interim since I did my really quick breakdown of this new impressive lineup of collector's edition figures. Let's just go to it now. Clock King was revealed as part of the latest wave of collector's edition. I'm loving the fact that he's doing these soft good capes. I think that's awesome. His color scheme is great. And let me see if I can find a comment who helped me out there. They have a variant, Dr. Time, Black Boy, Toy Joy. Let me hit the variant for our guy. Clock King is actually a Doom Patrol member. So Doom Patrol villain. That's pretty cool. And just, I love the fact that they're thinking that way with their variants, so it's not the same old figure, and they're actually making use of that variant slot really well. So let me see if I can pull that up really fast. Here it is. Great. These are from Krauser Eric. Here you go. And this is over on Toy News International. So that's the variant there. Dr. Time. That's pretty cool. So you get to add another figure, much like the Starfire, Blackfire. Very nice. I like that thinking. Hey, we can work in it more than just one villain or one character, especially off of an offbeat one like Clock King. Danny Rue, I want to get that. That what? Clock King? Undercover Colton, pumped for Clock King. Yeah, it's a really fun figure. Jamelin, I don't get too many Star Wars imports, and I'm not one to double up on the same version of a character, but go Bo-Katan and Ahsoka are a couple of my favorite characters. Yeah, I'm huge fans. Did you get the Mayfex Bo-Katan? Is she out? Undercover Colton. Dang, I didn't even see the wire cape. The wire cape is just so sweet on it. It's like, dude, what are you even doing? This is so unexpected to throw that piece in there for us. And it's just, I think that's what really sets it off. And just because you can do all kinds of fun posing with him. It's like, now we got a whole other thing to make this even better. Nameless Void. Went to a store called Roses. The only Marvel Legends they had was the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Baron Zemo for $5.99. Very cool. Maurice, did not think I'd be this interested in Clock King or a couple of others you mentioned in your video earlier. Yeah, it's really weird how they're obvious hits. Where's like, dude, where's the Black Canary? Where's the classic Neil Adams Green Arrow? And then he just pulls a Clock King out of nowhere. And it's like, man, I want that figure. It looks so good. So yeah, it's really wild what he's doing. Danny Rue pre-order Wolverine, Superior Spider-Man, Ghost Rider. I'm excited. I also want to get that Venom 2 figure. I might sell my movie one. The arm broke off too. The tendrils sold me on the second one. Yeah, if you pre-order that Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, he is shipping. I just got my pre-order charged. He's supposed to come Tuesday. So I don't know. I don't have Prime. My wife does. But again, he may show up a little earlier. So that's exciting. Now, the question, of course, is where to put him because got him. I've got my Astonishing X-Men, and I've got what is that? I've got Emma Frost and I've got Cyclops. But for my new Avengers, I've got Captain America, I've got Iron Man, got Spider-Man, soon Luke Cage. Excuse me. So it's kind of this big decision. Where do I put him? Let me go see if he's back in stock because I know some people were actually able to purchase him today because he was in stock. Let's see if he's actually there. And speaking of in stock, Cable was showing up in and out of stock earlier from the Gazette, from the Zabu wave. That's kind of upsetting because I need that Zabu. And I hate when we get these figures where it's like, oh no. All right, looks like Wolverine is not in stock as of this moment. He's one I'm wondering if he's going to be a really hard to track down or pick up figure because a lot of people want him. And like I said, I'm torn. Do I put him with my new Avengers? Do I put him with my Astonishing X-Men? I have them in two totally separate places in my display. And I'm kind of like, do I need to just get two? Maybe if I can find him for cheap later on, I'll get two just to get over my whole thing of, or if I'll go into the figure room and keep moving him from one shelf space to the next. All right, let's see here. Vintage Bob, just realized we should be just a couple, maybe 3 to 4 weeks away from an announcement of the next Marvel Legends Haslab. No, I think we're not. I don't think we're going to see the Marvel Legends Haslab until closer to late August, early September, because next up is the G.I. Joe Classified Series 1. And that one we're not going to see until San Diego Comic-Con, July 27th. So that's still a ways out. They're not going to have them overlap. So I got to imagine it's going to be the usual standard 45 days of HasLab hype for one. Now they may immediately run over to the next one, but like I said, it won't be until after the fact. And speaking of HasLabs, since you queued me up so perfectly for it, congratulations to the Star Wars Vintage Collection team. They were able to cross that finish line, got their 8,000 backers needed to get the Mos Eisley Cantina funded. So congratulations to everyone who backed it, much the same way when I was sweating it out for Giant Man. Like, come on, guys, let's get us over. There are a lot of people. There's 8,610 backers. Can imagine there being a lot of duplicate backers on this one. So let's say there are 8,000 people who wanted this. So congratulations. I know the excitement, especially when days are running really, really close to that finish line. And you're wondering, is it going to get funded? I'm wondering now, of course, it's made a lot of headway in the last few days. It was still around 6,000, maybe like 6,500 when it was 5 or 6 days off from getting completed. And now it's rolling. I think we've got some good momentum. I say I mean, those of you who backed it. And but will it be able to get to those 11,000 backers to get the very first tier character, Greedo? I feel like he's enough that people are going to want to get him. He looks a lot better than previous ones. Really good articulation, great sculpt. So I feel like he's not outside the realm of possibility. Now, we saw this with the Ghost, where they had a huge surge where people were like, we're going to get all these tiers funded. But it seems like going from 8,600 to 17,000 backers, it seems an awful lot. But 14,000 got neighboring leads. Maybe he's still a possibility. 17 seems like it is a really, really far stretch. And I think something was interesting. It wasn't making a lot of headway until Hasbro sent out an email. Sorry, we had the date wrong. And then it just felt like there was a big final Friday surge to push it over the top. So we'll see. Those of y'all who are watching, if you backed it, let me know. I'm really curious how excited you are that it is getting funded. Which version did you back? The standard or the all-out big deluxe version of the Cantina? And are you really hoping, you're like, come on, guys, let's do it. Let's get those final, is it 9,000? Gosh, a little bit less than 9,000 backers to go all the way. Undercover Cult, I think the torso and cape are reused from Catman, maybe the body too. I don't. I feel like sometimes people are like, "Oh man, this is terrible." They reuse this part. If it's a terrible reuse part, see that Blue Beetle boot mold, then it's bad. But if it's one that makes sense and works, go for it. Reuse and get as many figures off of that mold that makes sense. It's when they start doing some weird stuff with the body part choices, that's when I have a problem. Vin Doom, apologies, crew. Doing honeydew, task from the wife. Hope everyone is doing good. And to my maid, man, 100 grand, Jeffrey, what it is. Yeah, I know about those honeydew lists. They are serious. Vintage Bob, I love obscure vintage characters. So I might just have to get the McFarlane Ragman, even though he will be in scale with my well, no, he will not be. Absolutely will not be. Let's see. You mentioned him. Let's go it up. Cue him up for everybody missed earlier. Ragman, also with a cloth cape, solid looking figure. I think they did a nice job on the paint work to kind of give us that fabric patches look. I really dig that. And they've got some nice zigzags. It doesn't look symmetrical, it looks kind of jagged. Not like a little pill, but it looks really solid on here. And long knot for his cape. Head sculpt, phenomenal too. So yeah, good work there. And what was the right? We've got a few more. Let's go right to him. Here he is, Red Hood. Really solid looking figure. I love again the cape, posable. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. Having Batman drop him into a vat of green lime Kool-Aid. If you don't have acid nearby, please don't have acid nearby. So yeah, that looks really solid. And then the new one that dropped after I recorded my video breaking these figures down. Just had the old one. Here you go, Agent Liberty. But he's got those darn boot cuffs. Otherwise, he looks really solid. This black version apparently is McFarlane Toys store exclusive. That's a little bit unfortunate. It looks like the white is the mainline version. He looks solid off of this. I don't really care as much about the boots as I do some of the other ones. But I'm really excited. The fact that we have an Agent Liberty figure. Who saw that coming? And they really missed the obvious connection. They should have revealed this guy yesterday. That would have made a lot of sense. Happy 4th. Here's Agent Liberty. But the white, which is basically just replacing all the black, that one seems to be the standard retail version. So there you go. I do think the white doesn't look as cool as the black in that case, but whatever. Nice job on those figures. Jamelin, yes, Mayfax's Bo Katan is great. She'll be displayed with her helmet off. The Black Series one will remain helmeted. Guess I know which one you like more. Vin Doom, my astonishing Wolverine comes next Tuesday. Nice. So maybe we're all getting them at the same time. Give me a Kite Man or even a Crazy Quilt. Heck yeah, for Kite Man. Oh, and Major Disaster Time Master, and I hope a classic shade that changed it. How crazy would McFarlane Toys do a shade? Because he'd probably take that extra effort to give him like that shell, the plastic translucent, big gigantic shell where it's just like the raw face form. That could be really fun. And that would be one worth a collector edition set up there. Judge Dress, this YOLO part transformer puts Hasbro to shame. Shame, shame, shame. It's more detailed than Studio Series for 36 bucks. Which YOLO part transformer are you talking about? Megatron? Prime? Jamelin. That Clock King was probably the standout for me. All the reveals look pretty decent though. No real stinkers than a lot. Yeah, it's really odd. It's like they're either all great, all really good, or what happened with all of these figures? So yeah, nice job. Randall G, every time I see that Wolverine for a $24.99 price point, it actually isn't. Like it's more. Speaking mostly, Cobra Rattler Haslab. Let's cross all the fingers. Oh yeah, I could do it. There we go. There we're all crossed. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be at this point, but we just have a is it 4 more? 4 more Friday, not 4 more, 3 more Fridays and a day to go. So we're getting there. We're gonna stop releasing physical media. Well, that's not great. I mean, I need my physical media. Ran a poster. I was a doubting Thomas, but I think the cantina will fully fund. Think so? That seems like it's going to be a lot of last minute funding to get it to 17,000. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to be like, you guys didn't get it fully funded. I'm hoping for everybody that backed it that they will see it fully funded because it's like missing out on a scroll head. Just looked up Shade, never heard of him, but yeah, he's got it. And he's another character where they would fit in with your Suicide Squad. I feel like he was a really obvious choice for DC Classics, and then it felt like Toy Guru went a totally different way. Like, let me make all the figures I want, as opposed to the ones that made sense from characters they had already done. Anyway, Danny Rue, with this new McFarlane Collector's Edition wave, only has me sold on one figure. And it's crazy how the figures are slowly having less and less accessories. Maybe it's just me. I mean, his figures have traditionally had like one or two accessories, and you're kind of pushing it to get two in a lot of cases. I feel like where his stuff shines is he gets the obvious accessory, and he does something different and new. Claw capes being a big one this time, and his stands are really good. They actually help with other figures, so I appreciate them. Judge Dreads. Ever since Todd started making more classic DC, I haven't bought any. I'm not really a DC collector. I need more Spawn. Kwame Taylor's here. I prefer the old mold, but bought him for astonishing wave. I'm really wondering just how long it's going to take for them to get the rest of that team. We're going to need an updated, smaller Kitty Pryde, a new Colossus, Beast. I got to assume we should get a Danger out of that too. Danger! Oh, and a Cassandra Nova. No, she's not really part of that team, but would we get more of them? Hopefully soon. Oh man, random poster. Back 3 standards. I don't need more cups. Very cool. So you're well invested in this thing. Are you keeping all 3? Or are you like, here's my one, and maybe I'm going to use some of the other parts to create a larger one? Or are you just going to hold one and keep it boxed and maybe on a rainy day sell it? Undercover Cult, and I'm waiting for Paste Pot Pete too. G.I. Dro! Howdy, fellers. What's up, man? How are you? Jalen, I've actually been wanting someone to make a Ragman figure. I thought Mezco or someone known for soft goods would be cool, but I didn't really expect to get one. Nice job, Todd. Yeah, it's really just like out of nowhere, like an RKO. Like, what you're doing him? And he's starting to do characters have never had really good figures before. So it's like, all right, Todd, we see you. I'm just on that list. What are some random ones that you would love to see McFarlane do? Like, of course, I want a full Justice League International. I would love for him to do a Apocalypse Armor Rocket Red. That would be really fun. He could kind of make him a mega fig if he wanted to, but just a little sized up version. I think would be really cool. And what else? Just off the top of my head. Geez, the rest of the Freedom Fighters, Human Bomb would be really easy. Black Condor, Ray, Phantom Lady, Uncle Sam. I mean, DC Classics kind of messed me up because we got that Uncle Sam. I was like, all right, dude, don't put him in the subscription model setup if you're not going to do more. And we never got any more. The DC Direct Phantom Lady scaled in just fine, but there's nobody else. I'm just still like, why did you do that? As opposed to getting me anyone else with the Rogues or more Legion of Superheroes, the women in particular. Finish Bob Jeffrey. That would be a great idea for Shade. I think it'd be a really fun figure. I did see the Optimus Prime toy leak. It's 86 Studio Series and it's looking great. Let's see here. Maybe I'll have better luck pulling that up from my text thread. As I was looking for that other one, I did see that one. So let's see. It's Prime on the piano. It's kind of an interesting look, but he does look pretty solid. There we go. Go to the Twitter machine. Bam. So there you go. It's playing his tune. That looks cool. Pretty nice to see that. Let's see here. I'm making sure that so let's see. Okay, cool. I saw Chris Claremont making sure he wasn't trending on Twitter for the wrong reason. Anyway, this is Scourge. Nice. Very cool. Danny Rue. I want that Red Hood. The Platinum is, yeah, I thought it was. I know Red Hood, of course, because of the Killing Joke, and also in Batman the Brave and the Bold. Love that show. I love that Joker. Randall G. I would love to see a Will Payne Starman or Marshall Manhunter or Diablo or Valor Monel. Yeah, they're, again, I just felt like DC Classics was so close to giving us all these different cool looks, but I have to start taking a checklist and seeing where McFarlane is in terms of what characters we never got from DC Classics, which one they still need to do. Because I'm feeling like they're starting to create their own legacy of maybe being the best DC line we've seen so far. And I know that's crazy, absurd, blasphemy. Some of you might say, but he's really creating a pretty solid universe. Of course, he's got to do some more heavy hitters, but he's starting to do a pretty good job of getting there. James, Jarvie, do you think we get a Johnny Blaze Method Man? I hope so. Preferably riding his motorcycle with the killer bees swarming around like the opening in Triumph. You're probably talking about the other one. From the 90s Midnight Suns coming. I would hope so. And see, I feel like they really missed out on the chance to get all these really cool Ghost Rider adjacent characters like that Johnny Blaze 2 years ago with the Ghost Rider anniversary. That seemed like it would have made perfect sense to release him in that time frame. Ghost Rider didn't get much love compared to Wolverine, clearly. The Avengers, okay. The X-Men, he got nothing. All he got was that Engine of Vengeance, and it was like, sorry. So that was odd because I really would have wanted to see a lot more characters from the Ghost Rider corner of the Marvel Universe. Joe, anyone pick up the fans' hobby Skyhawk? I did see it. See if I can pull that up really fast for everyone else. But they don't call it the Skyhawk. What do they call it? Now that may make it tricky. Oh, there it goes. That's easy enough. I was like, there's no way they could call it, but yes, they actually can. Let's see. I'm not quite sure if this is the actual place. Let me try another one. Just because I like to give Shazzy Star. Let's see. All right. I was trying to find to see if this was the perfect one, but I guess I can just go here and show you all how this looks. The fans hobby Skyhawk. So that's what it looks like. I think the price is a lot more than that. Let me see if I can pull up a different window with that, with a more accurate price point. Let's see. Well, there we go. All right, 89 according to this TF source. So that's it. It looks solid, but I kind of feel like when we get the classified series version, it's gonna be a lot cheaper than $89.99. So I don't know if I feel the need to grab it. Did you? So here's the scale for how it looks: Scarlet, Roadblock, Ryu, Rock and Roll, and don't know this last character. Sorry, guys. I mean, it looks solid, but I just feel like I'm gonna get that's a no-brainer vehicle for Hasbro and the classified series team to do. Are you gonna get it? Michael Kamel just got my Snow Serpent and Eel. Happy, nice, congratulations. They look like really fun figures. 80s kid Jeff, what's more likely to happen for updated Black Series figures? Star Wars Han, Obi-Wan, Greedo, Jabba, or Empire Strikes Back, Luke, Boba, and Lando, with the only difference being a soft goods cape. Lando stayed on the pegs for so long. I don't know. Maybe they packed him with Lobot because we still need him. Hopefully a Luke. I don't think that one we have on the retro card is the best likeness. I feel like they have a better Luke head and needs more articulation. He's one that really needs the butterfly shoulders. So yeah, that's my choice. In terms of the Star Wars ones, Probably Obi-Wan. I have like the Greedo they did way back in the day. Still works, so I'd go with him. Maurice would love to get more of the Zoo Crew. My Captain Carrot is getting lonely. Right. If he thinks he's lonely now. Chibru. All right, home now. Saw both the Starfire and Blackfire. Unfortunately, both are in collector stores. 45 and 77, respectively. Yeah, no. Huh. That's expensive. Even for a collector store. King Collector. Does anyone collect G.I. Joe reaction figures? No, they're too expensive for their price. Ever since Joe Fest, I've been feeling like jumping back into that 4-inch world. Yeah, how many of them do you have? They're so much more expensive, and even when they're on clearance, they're still more expensive than some classified series figures. Jalen, I'm definitely with you on JLI. I'd also like a fairly complete JSA team, right? 80s Teen Titans and some of the more obscure lanterns. Yeah, I think once he starts knocking out like a solid JSA team outside of a Alan Scott and way too expensive Spectre and gets us that 80s Teen Titans, especially with those in scale. So McFarlane with the Titans and Mattel with their versions of the Teen Titans both struck out on scale. But if you can get that covered, we'll be in business, and I will happily proclaim them to be the winning team on that. Yeah, but we need a JSA because that is definitely one area where, excuse me, Mattel shines. I have a nice JSA shelf. I've got modern, I've got classic, and it looks really cool having both versions of the team on there. And then the Green Lanterns, because they went really heavy on Green Lanterns back at that point, because that was during the Blackest Night phase. So lots of lanterns, but yeah, solid. Nothing. I just saw him. What's it? What's Jeez. Of course, I'm blanking. Gail Simone was talking about him. So I was just like, wait a second, wait, what's going on with Chris? No, he's all good. She was just saying, yeah. All right, so let's see here. Daniel. Daniel. I want a classic Etrigan, classic Orion, classic Big Barda, and classic Mr. Miracle. Other than Superman, those were all my favorite DC characters. Do you have them from DC Classics? And if so, how fast did you switch out the Big Barda for the DC Direct one? Vintage Bob. I love to see classic Cobra, solid. Solaris, a villain from Cobra. Titan, New Gods villain. Warlock of YS, Zatanna villain. Man, you got me on that one. And Merlin, the Archer figure from McFarlane, of course. Yeah, love my vintage obscures. We definitely need a classic high fiver for the New Gods and Granny Goodness. Yes. Henry G, what's up, my man? Hello, Jeff. Thursday crew on a Friday. Yay. Hope everyone had a great 4th and an upcoming weekend. Thank you, Henry. Hope you had an awesome 4th as well. Maurice didn't pick one up, but definitely want one. Maybe 2 of the finances could stretch. I'm talking about the Skyhawk. Randall G. McFarlane Wishlist. Eclipso. Geoforce. Halo. Looker. Outsiders. Ayo. Masters of Disaster. Karate Kid. Signal Man. Huntress. Question. Golden Age Green Arrow. Shining Knight. Crimson Avenger. 7 Soldiers of Victory. 1980s Black Lightning. I want all of those figures. Shining Knight apparently is on the rumored list that has been 1,000 so far. Like everything that was on it is coming. We've seen just about most of them now. I can't wait to see what Shining Knight looks like. And I will absolutely fight to get an all-star squadron. Johnny Quick, Liberty Bell, Firebrand, Tarantula, Amazing Man, Shining Knight, Robot Man. I can just get those 7. And then any JSA characters that can get thrown into the mix too. I'll be really happy. And I was so disappointed that we didn't go anywhere on that level with the Mattel Classics line because I thought they would have gotten some of them. But yeah, Shining Knight is coming for sure. Henry G, Hasbro has to have this in the pipeline, so I'll just wait for the classified. Yes, absolutely. Lefty Lions BK, what's up? On a Friday. Lar HF sometimes uses humor. This one's some different. METHOD, man. Pretty solid. Love it. Marvel fan. Hello, what's up? It's Friday. How are you, Marvel fan? Hollow Net One. Anything good at Ollie's right now? So people are finding the let's see. What if I did a quick search for Ollie's on Twitter? People are finding it. Sorry. I saw the UPS truck. I was like, what's new? What's new, man? Let me see if I can pull this up real fast. This will just cooperate with us and show you what I'm seeing over there in those streets. Sorry, this is exciting episode work here. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and log in. Let's see. Look at this picture up. All right, cool. So here is what's showing up at Ollie's. Where good stuff is cheap right now in some corners of the world. Let's do that. All right. So you can see we've got Indiana Jones figures, some Dungeons and Dragons villains, more of the Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum Mania. This is a great time to get that Kang figure, even though he was terrible in the movie, or severely underpowered in the movie. Jonathan Majors was great in that. Mr. Fix-It's there, Super Adaptoid. He's $19.99. I think that's a good enough price. Right now he's on Pulse for $27.99. Let's see. Shout out to my boy Todd. Excuse me. Iron Man Mark 1. Excuse me again. A really, really, really excellent figure. Getting him for $10. I can't recommend enough. Future Ant-Man. And looks like another Ant-Man. Let's see what else. Ollie's. More Dungeons and Dragons figures. The Thor and Destroyer 2-pack. I believe that's $20. So wow. We got Owlbear, and then we got the Doric version of the Owlbear. So love Honor Among Thieves. Gonna have to grab those eventually. Doesn't look like these are flying off the shelves at this particular Ollie's. And then Driz. Let me see another one. Let's see here. More Owlbears. Looks like Super Adaptoid. Luigi. Oh, that's cool. More Indiana Jones, Mr. Fix-It, Ultron. I'm really hoping to see that wave, the totally awesome Hulk wave show up there so I can finally complete him. That'd be great. Maurice 80s Perez Titans is one of my great dude. I mean, DC Classics was so close and they just dropped the ball so spectacularly. I mean, we got a great Cyborg, the Robin, Raven, perfect figures. And that Wonder Girl, she's a little bit small, but she still fits in just fine. She's solid. Kid Flash would have been great if he was scaled properly. I mean, I don't know why they decided to make him baby size Wally. That was bad. We didn't get a changeling, even though we got Beast Boy. I did not understand that call. No Jericho. Where you at? And yeah, it was just weird. They were so close. And then the Starfire's modern version. But yeah, the three really good ones from DC Classics, great. But yeah, that Bobby Womack, he caught it. I just finished watching Jackie Brown. I think I may have mentioned that. So now I got Streetlight on my head now too. Randall G. Todd said he finally had the rights to the entire DCU this year, so he can finally diversify his figures. Either way, I'm happy because he's actually doing it. It's not like down the road, maybe. We're really getting some good figures. G Brew, allow me to beat a dead horse. Nay. New guys, give me new guys, Todd. Do more than one run of that dark side, Todd. Oh, now, G Brew, you know we're going to get a couple versions of dark side. King Collector, I wish McFarlane would make that Young Justice Black Beetle and that Hulk size Blue Beetle on mode version. Or cherry pick DC, but I'm not a fan of Todd's style. Well, there you go. Maurice, yeah, Skyhawk, cool. DC Essentials were the best line. I like DC Essentials fine. I think you can see them there on my shelf. They're fine, but they have no scale discrepancy. Everybody's the same height. Nightwing, look eye to eye with Superman. So to me, that disqualifies them for being the best line. It's like, it was solid. I love the sculpts, But man, I didn't realize how much scale really bothers me when it's not ideal. I mean, there's some obvious ones like the Legion of Superheroes box set from Mattel, and it's just a Mattel bashing session. But we had figures who were all from the same time frame, same era, same age, and Saturn Girl, Ultra Boy, and who was the last one that was Ultra Boy and Wildfire? They were all tall, and everybody else was small. I'm like, who came up with this ruler? So yeah, it was bad. But yeah, scale really matters to me. Am I the only one? Then Doom, we need more Red Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, and some Guardians. I feel like a Guardians pack would sell, pretty easily. Just do like a 2-pack. We're all good. G-Brew, more Starfire, Black Canary, Question, Rorschach, yes. Batman and the Outsiders box set could be an Amazon exclusive. Feel like that would be super popular. Yeah, Henry G. Do we need Batman though? Yeah, I know it's kind of like, yeah, of course we gotta have Batman, but we could do Black Lightning, Geoforce, Katana. Then we do our Halo. I can see it. And we can do Halo. We can do Looker, Metamorpho. I feel like they could get away with doing a 3-pack of the team. And that way we can get them and tie it in with a special edition Amazon exclusive Batman Outsider version. 80s Kid says, I think we need the Skybound versions of the G.I. Joe Real American Hero, G.I. Joe's. It's funny. I love that. But in one of the very few instances where I like some a little bit better that came more recently is that nobody beats G.I. Joe Real American Hero. I will go down a super YouTube rabbit hole of watching those commercials because this just gets me hyped like the really solid. But anyway, wait. Northern Nomad. I've got most of the Justice Society figures. Yeah, exactly. They were great, but they missed a few really obvious choices, like no Thunderbolt and Johnny Thunder, no Jakeem Thunder. I felt like that was a no-brainer. San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack. We get Jakeem, we get Johnny, we get Thunderbolt, translucent sort of style, or even just a base. Why did we not get him? And then who else? No Sand, no Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman. There was somebody, Dr. Midnight, no Hour Man 2. We're so close. Liberty Bell, that'd have been a cheap one. Jerry Bear Man Cave, Hulk, Punisher, Weapon X. Okay. What? 60 figures? Yeah, it's been wild at Ollie's. G Brew, Zatanna, Alan Moore, Swamp Thing, Lois Lane, all the new guys, Morrison era, Doom Patrol. There'd be a lot of characters for the Morrison era, but I feel like he'd do at least a 4-figure wave. Maybe he could work in a builder figure with that too. Loston, what's up, my man? 80s Titans would be awesome. Starfire and Cyborg would be super nice. Absolutely. Jibber, if I see the Ultron, I have to buy my brother several to army build him. Judge Dreads, this Jada Dawson is awesome. I can't wait to get him and M. Bison and Ryu and Ken. It's so far behind on those. Wish my stores actually carry them. Henry G, gonna have to check my ollies for that Ant-Man wave. And I'm like you, Jeff. Fingers crossed for that Marvels. Yeah, man. I was like, I can wait this out. I couldn't wait out. I had to get Karnak right away. Is he the only one for that set I got right up? No, I think I have a couple more figures from that wave. Crossfire. No, he was in the Ant-Man. I don't remember all those. Those two waves came out really close to each other, and I didn't need most from both waves. So it's just like, there's 3. Let me see here. All right, let's see here. Don't do that. Tell me the wave. All right. So this totally awesome wave, of course. The Heroes Return Iron Man, which I got. Captain America, of course. And Karnak. So I got half of it. I need Captain or Norvar, even though he's not in the Norman Osborn Dark Avengers costume, which would have made more sense. So I need him, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and Captain Marvel 2, Monica Rambeau. So yeah, I'm really hoping I'm find that at Ollie's because I was like, nah, even though I want him, I don't want to get all these figures at least for $25. Randall G, JSA, we have for Tide. JL, Dr. Fate. I don't know if I count him. Spectre, Superman. Right. We do have, yeah, but he's part of that Crisis line. So him and Superman are kind of overpriced. $80 for him. Batman, Flash. Right. We got Batman. Flash is a little bit too modern for me, and he's way too tall. We need Our Man, Johnny Thunder, Starman, Black Canary, Golden Age Hawkman, Dr. Midnight, Atom, Golden Age Wonder Woman, Robin, Power Girl Huntress. What about Robin? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You did say Robin. Who else? I feel like you're missing somebody on that list. Did you say Iron Man, Starman? Yeah, still want to get a better version of Dr. Fate. And then maybe they make him with the half mask too. DC Multiverse Orion would be cool. He would. By the way, your Jagged Little Pill reference earlier. You always catch the sly ones. Like Judge Dreads, I would love to see an Albert and LCD 2-pack to finish off Wolverine 80th. It's got to be 60th for him, right? Or wait, it's 50th anniversary for Wolverine. That would be a fun 2-pack. I wonder if they could just skirt that by. I mean, it's Wolverine. They make it a 3-pack just to sell it. Lawson, Ragman figure looks good, I think. Excited about that. I'm a former Joe Cooper student, so you know I'm into Ragman. So disgusted with Todd Sergeant Rock, though. It is so bad. Excuse me. Undercover Colton, I'd love a Larfleeze. I wonder how that articulation would be, because you got to have him crunched over, kind of looking dirty. I feel like he'd do the great job on the sculpting, though. Just as long as he can hunch over. I need that for him. Judge Dredd, you're in a hurricane path. Hopefully you and your collection stay safe. Yeah, I feel like Nightfall Batman does work with outsiders. Anthony, what's up, my man? What's up? What's good, everyone? For DC Multiverse, I would definitely want him to tackle the question. Alfred, Mr. Miracle, Kingdom Come, Green Lantern. That was a cool look. Cyborg and St. Walker would be cool. Love St. Walker. Yeah, that was the one thing when we got that Kingdom Come Batman. It's like, are you going to do any more? And so far, it's been no. Yeah, definitely want more of those. Where's my Zatanna, Black Canary, Hawkwoman? Absolutely. We need all of them. Henry G. Hey, Jeff, I just watched your interview with Joshua Williamson. Thank you. Excellent job. Thank you again. Energon Universe is pretty dope. It is so dope. Transformers comes out next week. Can't wait. Think Void Rivals came out this week. No, Scarlet came out this week. So solid reads all around. Love those. HoloNet 1, I saw Jada Ken and Red Chun-Li last weekend. Had passed due to budgeting. I understand so much the budgeting challenge, my man. Randall G, Infinity Inc. What about and beyond? Young All Stars, Captain Comet, Space Cabbie. Now you're gonna do a Space Cabbie. Of course, Todd is not afraid to do vehicles, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Biff, Stargirl, John's Jessa, yes. Pulitzer, Wonder Woman. Side, did you collect the Mattel DC? Oh, absolutely. I even bought random bodies so I could make some more aliens. I did that for both the Green Lanterns and for the Sinestro Corps, because I think he gave us, what was that? He gave us what, 3 legit members? Tomar 2. And I'm trying to think who else did we get from his dedicated line. I have to go back through, but I know I made an Almond Soar. Then I got the DC Direct version of, he did Carol, Sir? The Carol, the one with the wolves. And I got the one with the kids in her back. That was great. Creepy. She actually fits in pretty well. G. Bruce says, Morrison Doom Patrol Build-A-Figure would have to be either Robot Man or Flex Metallo. Man of Muscle Mystery. Flex is pretty solid. Would I buy the Target Venom? No, but that's because I don't really care about the movie. But I know some of you all did, and Target sold out pretty quickly. Yeah, so I actually had that queued up. So which ones of you all did buy this figure? Because he's gone. Coming October 6th, like most Target pre-orders, this is just to get you excited. He'll be in stock in the stores, and maybe if he hangs around long enough, he'll hit clearance. at 1250, 1750. It'll be there. I don't see this figure selling out to the point that you won't be able to find it. But that's a really cool shot there. And those tendrils do look pretty solid. I'm curious how much of this look will be retained for the third Venom film. But yeah, I mean, it looks solid. I just don't, I've got a really good Venom figure until this new one comes out, the retro one. It's exclusive to Walmart, so wish me luck. Judge Dreds just got another delivery. NECA Elkhorn Dwarf. Today was a good day. Nice. How do you like them? Have you opened them yet? And I can't believe Walmart shipped it in a box. What's in the box? I want Barda and the Kirby armor. Austin, which she better be. I want every big Barda. Barda may be my favorite DC character aside from Suits. She's fun. Did you like her run when Morrison wrote her in JLA? 80s kid Skybound might be my new favorite comic publisher. They're already doing a way better. Yeah, I mean, dude, for real, they set that up so perfectly that Paramount doesn't have to go, let's make this square wheel work. No, they've got you covered. Just do what they're doing. Nobody cares about those previous setups. Just scrap it. Do what they did in the comic books. You're welcome. Finally, got some classified figs in. Dreadnought Torch and the Naugahyde box set today. Cool, Austin. Have you opened them yet? I've got my torch right here. I'm literally carrying a torch. Sorry. I'm really sorry about that. My favorite figures in the last month are the Ben Cooper Halloween kids figs. Those are very nostalgic for me. So I assume you had some of those costumes too. Kenna, I like the comic book Venom action figure. Yeah, that's why I didn't get this one. Jeeper, if it weren't for a budget of only 180, I would have walked out of Renegade Toys, the complete Haslab Sentinel for $600, tax and all. Is that good or bad compared to other ones? Kenna, are you tired of all these Batman action figures coming out? No. I mean, I just buy the ones I want. I don't feel like it's the way Todd releases stuff. I feel like, oh man, he's hit his maximum of this many figures, and let's say he capped it at 100 figures, and 30 of those are Batman figures. I mean, he might, but it feels like there's such a steady flow of new figures coming out that I don't really care. And it's just like, oh, that Batman figure really interests me. That one I don't care about. So he does a solid enough job, and I just don't. I mean, there's enough Batman figures that I can ignore the ones I don't like. Henry G, my Mayfax Nightfall Bane just shipped from HLJ. Oh, I hope I can get him because I did not get around to it yet. And hopefully, when I am able to, he's still around. Do not want to pay expensive prices for it. All right, anyway, let's go on. I've been talking about some Target figures. Let's go to this other Target exclusive news. Our friend of the channel, Dan, posted his review the other day of a very anticipated Marvel Legends figure, Warbird, one that I had slotted for a top 5 figure for 2024, at least on the Marvel Legends front. And yeah, let's see. Broke down, and I was kind of like, oh no, oh noes. So she's a little small, just a little bit small, and a lot of her parts are from the Black Widow figure, which is great for articulation, not so much for scale. As you can see, I think the biggest problem with this figure is her head is tiny. I mean, you can see here, you can get a good sense of with her hair, we got kind of this motion going with Black Widow, and it's like this, but it's mostly there. Like her head is tiny. It's not quite the same size. She didn't sit up as well or as tall as Natasha, so she looks really slight. And we love this Black Widow figure. I mean, the articulation's amazing. She can hit every pose possibly would want out of Black Widow figure. And I really wanted a stronger, more imposing looking Warbird. This figure's just really underwhelming on that front. Here's another shot. This is her with She-Hulk and Power Princess. It's like this is Power Princess's teen sidekick, Warbird. Here's a problem I have here. They went all out with Power Princess, who's cool. I mean, she's a solid figure. Nice work. But between the two, I would have every day settled for a lackluster version of Power Princess is just getting some cheap repainted work than a small, undersized, tiny version of Warbird. Like these should be flipped. She should be this size. Little size, little heft to her. Looks like she's formidable in a fight. This just looks so bad. I probably will still get the figure, but man, this is really, really disappointing with the scale and the size. Now feeling here's one more shot. Here she is with Vision and Scarlet Witch. So it seems like Scarlet Witch is taller than Warbird. Not so much like, oh yeah, she should absolutely be taller, but geez, she looks so slim next to these figures. I know some of you all were very excited about this figure. What do you think about these pictures? HoloNet 1, I haven't been able to get these super articulated Black Widow and Warbird yet. Warbird's not out. She's coming July 21st. That's where you'll see her at your local Targets or probably on the website too. Michael, I used to hate on McFarlane, especially because it's 7 inches, but with a wide range of different figures he's bringing in, I can't complain. Whoever thought we would get a clock? Exactly. It's crazy. Warbird looks tiny. Warbird is not full on. No, she uses parts, not the full thing, because there's totally some differences there. I'm hoping I can get my order for Miss Marvel Warbird on the 21st before she sells out again. Pass, says 80s kid. War chicken. Laura A. Hasbro cashed in on that Wonder Woman interest with the Power Princess figure. Yeah, if she looks better than the other one. Ryan, I'll display Carol in flight, so the scale doesn't bother me as much. Maurice, still want to get Warbird, not that fuss with the relative sizes. Michael, I feel like Hasbro intentionally made Power Princess because they knew people were going to turn her into Wonder Woman. That's interesting. I would just rather them make their own figures really, really good than worrying about people customizing figures based off another one. And I forgot to put this figure up. But here's another look, courtesy of Dan, with Warbird looking quite slim. You're never going to focus. Okay. Here she is with the Heroes Reborn, Return, Iron Man, and Captain America. So you see, she looks really small next to people she should be looking eye to eye. And I know some of y'all are going to just put her on display, but I'm really like, kind of like my old one. Lawson, I believe that Marvel Handbook said that binary was 5'11". All right, well, let's see. How tall should Captain America be? Don't give me Chris Evans. He's 6'2". Let's see. Scarlet Witch height. And again, no Elizabeth Olsen. She should be 5'6" or 5'7". So she should be shorter than her. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're not pulling out the Marvel handbooks, but I was just thinking from the optics, they go, whoa. I mean, got our Dragonfly delayed because something, I wouldn't mind Warbird getting delayed to get that size right. Jibru just checked on some of the 1990s Avengers art. Warbird is around the same height as Scarlet Witch and is shorter than Cap and Vision. Kenneth says, as an action figure collector, what are the do's and don'ts? In terms of what? All right, so I'm the one that's outraged about Warbird. I'm glad to see that because I was like, no, we're looking forward to this figure. But the rest of y'all seem to be okay with it. And then let's see, make sure Toy Migos, because I know y'all are big fans of Jada Toy's Street Fighter line. But let's they were able to pull up this video of the upcoming Street Fighter figures. So we got Sagat and a bunch of other figures. Let's rewind that video there. All right. There's Vega, Blanca, Cammy, Guile, and DJ. All right. So really solid stuff there. Those figures look great. Can't wait to add them to my very small Jada Toys Street Fighter collection as of right now. But these additions, solid. I love the fact that they're getting figures that Storm Collectibles hasn't done yet. They look really good. So there you go. Really happy with those. Yeah, let's see. Energy, yeah, the scaling is definitely off for Warbird. And I'm like, you scaling issues really bug me, but I still want that Carol. She's one of my favorite Avengers, especially as Warbird. Yeah, she's absolutely one of my favorites. That's probably why I'm like, so close. But yeah, she's I'm gonna have to try to figure out some posing maneuvering. I don't think I'm gonna get the Warbird that's currently in my collection out as a result of this new one. I'm okay with the Warbird's height. She could be a bit taller, but she looks okay. Besides, Vigor's not rocking the 70s heels, is she? No. Okay. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. Warbird should be taller than Scarlet Witch. Doesn't have to be exact, just taller enough. Yeah. It's definitely not. And Beltran, hey Jeff, always found it off that Morg was shorter than Terex. Yeah, super undersized. Jibru, I don't care at all that Warbird's a bit small. I wish she was a bit more obviously muscular, but still looks like a great figure. We'll pick it up when I see it in person. All right. So I'm gonna bring the mood back up. Let's try to kill it. But no, all right, good. I'm glad to hear y'all are feeling it. All right. What are the do's and don'ts of spending money? Don't spend more than you want for the figures. This is just if you have to have it right away, get it. For the most part, you can wait on most of these figures. Eventually, they'll go on sale, and at this rate, they'll go to Ollie's and Ross. King Collector, wow, I'm all in on that Jada Street Fighter line. I can't wait to complete that series. They look great. Really, really great figures. All right, so that was everything that I wanted to talk about. To watch. Sometimes the arrow gets a little bit funny. It's like, no, don't spend rent and food money on plastic figures. That's the do's and don'ts. True. Absolutely. All right. I asked you all your unpopular takes on action figures. And I was curious because it was hot here. And I always figured that that's something where people kind of don't say what they really think. I wanted to hear what you all think in terms of some, maybe not everybody's feeling what you have to say or feeling what you're thinking about something. Some of y'all said this earlier. So let's go to those. Vintage Bob, I want less articulation on some figures. I see no use for drop down hips. And both drop hips and toe articulation always seems to be a problem, especially the toes, always loose. Yeah, that the toes can be kind of funny. Magnus Marlowe says controversial, but pinless joints aren't a big deal. It's a toy, not the real person. If we care so much, then that means ab crunch and waist swivel lines got to go too. The war on pins is pointless. Love that. That's a really hot take. I love it. Yeah, it's for me, I say this all the time, but unless it's messing up the color of the outfit, I don't care either. I do think it looks nicer on pin, having the figure of the pinless joints, but it's not as essential as making sure the colors are all straight and line up properly. And I'll need a blue on something orange that's breaking up the aesthetics. But otherwise, yeah, nice. Thank you, Magnus, for that one. Legacy Lions BK says, unpopular opinion. I want McFarlane to do Batman Earth 1 figures. Just got hip to the story as I'm primarily a Marvel guy. Very good take on the Bat mythos. I feel like you won't have to worry about that one. I feel like if there's any excuse to do a Batman figure, Ty's going to do it. Holonet 1. I thought Namorita would be a peg warmer, so I waited. Now she's gone from Hasbro Pulse. Is she really? That's wild. She just on the outlets? No, the Pulse Premium sale. She's, that's always the thing. It's like, at some point I'll be there. Michael Jackson and the crew. She's actually here. So if you did want to get her, she's right there right now. She was available during their Pulse Premium Power Days sales event. So I think she was 17 or 18 something and some change, but she is there right now. So you can get her. When can we get a pinless 616? Captain America. And Beltran, I guess maybe the next one. Same thing with Clea. Sold out everywhere. Clea was one I did think might be a little bit harder because her figure looks really nice. And oh, that's not gonna help. Going and putting in Clea did not work. She's as hard to find as Cable. Yep, she didn't pop up right away on Amazon. I put in Clea. Entertainment Earth has 34. I feel like that's not the one I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's try. Big Bad Toy Store's gonna not work either. Of course, I should probably check GameStop because they tend to sneakily have figures that might actually, you might think sold out everywhere else. Okay, that didn't work very well. Let's try GameStop because they have been known to come through on the rare moments where you're not expecting them to. That was such a delayed search result. All right, let's filter. Let's try collectibles. Done figures. Yuki. Let's see here. I don't even see where we get the clear from that. Man, the Young Bucks Street Fighter Kenny Omega Elite 558. So there's a clearance price for you. Okay, so their search engine didn't help. Sorry, GameStop. I was trying to give y'all some business, but no. Okay. Maurice, some figures need more articulation, others can get by with less. How would you work that out? Because that's a really interesting one because there are figures like maybe Blob. I don't need him to have 40 points of articulation. I just need him to wallop around like that, maybe, like oh boy in Austin Powers. But there's some that really definitely need more articulation than others. Like I think every figure like punches and all that good stuff and shoots a blast effect needs that bicep articulation, needs that butterfly shoulder piece, but there are others and probably don't. That's a nice solid one. Lawson says that 80th Thor figure's face is terrible. It's none of the Buscema, Kirby, or Simonson intensity. His expression is more like that Thor actor from the, oh, come on, that's tough. Yeah, it's funny how way back in the day when Thor was rumored or they were hyping up Thor's appearance and Hulk, how excited I was. I cannot fully express to you all. I was like, Thor's here. And then we got a bootleg Daredevil in all black. I was like, I was excited. I didn't quite understand why he was in all black though. But to now, we're like, oh, Thor's costume is slightly off because of color. It's like night and day. Totally different. Holland at one. Fortune got a Clea because I thought she looked interesting. There is one other place that maybe would have it. This is where I got mine from. So let's see here. Third Eye Comics. It's my comic book shop. Let's see if their search engine will work out for me any better. All right, let's see. No, gosh, it's so hard. Not just to say goodbye, but to find stuff on some search engines. I have to ask him. Maurice, if there's a week with a Tuesday, McFarlane will do a Batman figure. Absolutely. G-Brew, unpopular opinion. I really like the Ghostbusters Plasma Collection 6-inch figures. All 4 Ghostbusters are on the same body, but the actors are all around 6 foot, 6 inches. So the reuse works. Is that an unpopular opinion? I thought those figures look fine. Vintage Bob. My biggest gripe is when Hasbro uses that hideous mustard gold in place of vibrant yellow. Nova, for example, has that dark gold instead of popping yellow color, like in the comics. My worst gripe. Yeah, that for sure. I don't mind the gold if they're gonna do a yellow version later, because I kind of dig it when they do it with Iron Man. Like, all right, here's the gold, here's the comic yellow. And I tend tend to feel like it after I have them both in hand to like the gold more. But yeah, I like having an option. I haven't gone with some, but let me give you some of my choices. That the companies will learn if we don't buy something. I feel like we've seen that with the Haslab for the Star Wars Black series. They're like, oh, you want to buy it? Then you're never, ever, ever getting back together with a Black Series Haslab figure. So that's one. And then we as collectors have some sort of powers like we're Gandalf over the companies because I don't really see a lot of instances where they're like, oh, according to the collectors, we decided to pivot. They're like smaller companies. Ramen Toys will listen, but Mattel's, your Hasbro's, not really. So those are two. Uh, I'll wait a little bit, see if anybody else has some other stuff. Chris Daughtry, love the angry retro toy reviewer screen cap. He's a better angry retro. Excuse me. He's a better angry retro toy reviewer figure than he is the hood. Same for classic Sunfire. They use that gold that's hard to see instead of a nice bright yellow. Going to attempt to repaint, but it's a pain. Henry G, I very rarely notice flaws and inaccuracies except for scale, unless someone points it out to me. I'm usually pretty easy to please with this stuff. Yeah, I think scale is my big one. And colors, depending on if it's like, dude, what are y'all doing? Like that Citizen V Thunderbolts figure they put out a long time. I was like, these colors are wrong. And you know, if it's something where it's like, you're probably not going to get another crack, like, oh man, this Spider-Man figure is not perfect. Chances are pretty good. We're going to get another Spider-Man figure. I don't like if it's a figure who's very unlikely to get another one and they don't just deliver the definitive version of it because it's like, guys, come on, what are you doing to us? Jibru, the Terror Dogs and Gozer figures were also pretty great. Wish they had gone deeper, and instead of the glow in the dark slime Ghostbusters repaints, GB2 repaints would have been better. All right. Ryan says, hot take. Falcon's head is only bad because we associate him with a leading man and expect him to be good looking. Hey, good looking. If they use that head for Spearhead or Lightfoot, there would. That's funny. I don't know why Lightfoot is such a bottom tier name Joe to me. It's just like, dude, you're no tripwire. But yeah, and half of his face would have been covered with that helmet too. So that would have worked. Yeah, I'm with you. I think his portrayal in G.I. Joe the movie has him up to a higher level. But I did think the old figure was cool. I don't think that new one kind of captures that look either. So I don't know. I really think I'm going to do this whenever, hopefully soon, we get a look at a retro Flint because I think that Flint head that's on the current figure, I mean, the current Flint figure, the head sculpt will work fine with a Falcon figure, not so much Flint. He's got a rugged look to him, and I think it will work perfect for Falcon. Not so much for my boy Dashell Fairborn. So hopefully, maybe at San Diego Comic Con, they will show us a retro Flint. I'm gonna have to go for Pulse 1027, and I hopefully see him because it's like y'all are killing me. What's up with my retro Flint? But yeah, maybe that's where I could use that one. Maurice says, spider characters and martial art types need more flexibility. They do. Chris Daughtry says, I put the Simonson bearded head on my 80th Thor. It looks really good too, doesn't it? I mean, it's like, this is great. I love the fact that they included that on there. And it really turned out awesome. But I'm kind of with you. And I feel like an updated Thor is quietly on the list of things they need to do because we need a Thor who can hold Mjolnir like this, summon a little bit of lightning. But the one we have has got that plastic tunic. We need one with the points in that soft plastic. But then this area being like a cutout where they can do the butterfly shoulders, just match the black and then throw in a little texture around that point so we can still have that look, keep it, relatively looking close, but man, kind of needed. And some different head sculpt options too. They got paid for deluxe Thor. It had lots of head sculpts, different ways to do that cape if you're not going to do a soft goods. But yeah, he's due for an update. Jibru, any spider characters need a lot of articulation. Silk should be able to kick herself in the back of the head. Ouch. But yeah, they do. I don't even know if that's unpopular. I'll own that. Unfortunately, the spider ladies, all my spider ladies, all my spider ladies, while look pretty good, are quite lacking in articulation. Yeah. Yeah. I wish the Jessica Drew had double jointed elbows. I feel like that's what's missing with that one. King Collector. What's the news on the Super 7 and Cobra Mothership? Is that just scrap now? I haven't heard another word of it, but let me see. The Mothership. The Mothership. It's out of stock. Oh, here you go. Bam. Much like looked like the fate of this cantina earlier. Jeez. You can see that it did not meet its funding goal. So really, really, really far. No, I don't need it. Thank you. Gosh, the goal was 4,000. Man, it had 1661 backers. And so really far off from it. But did it say what the price was? Nope. Jeez, that was really low on in terms of getting that back. But yeah, so no go on that. And yeah, that's the story with it. Danny Rue, are we talking unpopular opinions? Yes. That's all good. You can, what are your unpopular figure opinions? Lawson, I want a red and gold. Gold, lovely gold. 20th anniversary Iron Man Mark III. I like the red and yellow, but the red and gold always looks nicer to me. Did you not have the 80th version? Because that one had gold, and I really love their figure. He's a solid, awesome Iron Man figure. People complain about how the Ghostbusters scale with other lines like Marvel Legends. Do they? I mean, why would people try to put the ghost? I mean, see, that's the interesting one to me. I would not think to try to put my Ghostbusters with my Marvel Legends figures. Judge Dredd, I'd much rather sculpt and paint over articulation. Well, there you go. So, what's your favorite line then? Because I know you don't collect McFarlane, but with the sculpt and paint, which ones do you gravitate towards? Vintage Bob. Yeah, Iron Man looked good in gold as well. I have both that one and the yellow one. That gold works on some characters. The Golden Avengers makes sense. Others, it's terrible. Speaking moistly, Mattel kind of listened to fans about the Motu Origins female figures needs. Okay, there you go. I mean, it's not a hard and fast one, but I feel like we think every complaint. I said we. Some collectors think that we have all the power, unlimited power. Here's an unpopular take. Chibru, I did not and do not care that Excalibur Kitty Pryde doesn't have curly hair. Just never bothered me at all. Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like if this was a Ghostbusters thing, you would care so much more. But yeah, it's just like her hair is just that's like a modern thing with her hair. And the Excalibur version really should have had curly hair. Holland at one. Are we getting Marvel Legends Haslab this year? Yes. It's the year of the dragon. Oh shoot. We're gonna get a Drew Hill Haslab. That's gonna be awesome. And Beltran. Kind of wish Sleepwalker had a do-over. He's not quite as accurate as he should be. And it was like on the first glance, like, oh, cool. Sleepwalker is a figure where I'm more like, all right, y'all made him. He's not my favorite, so I'm not, oh, you botched this figure, but he definitely is missing some elements to have that authentic comic book look. But yeah, if they're gonna chump out on one, I'm not losing sleep over the Sleepwalker figure. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's up with the bad puns tonight. 80s kid, just give me a re-release Spider-Man from the Amazing. That's not an unpopular take. I think a lot of people want that. Lawson, we need an actual classic comic book Mjolnir. and Thor. I mean, we do have a good Thor, but we could do better. I do like 80th Thor. Chris, he's really solid, but with the better Iron Man, the better Captain America that came out around that same time, he seems lacking. And maybe your figure is better, but mine kind of is a little limp kneed. So he tends to fall if I don't have him in just the right sweet spot. And of course, I can't get as many dynamic poses because of the cape. So, excuse me, based on what we've seen lately with some of these ultra high tier Marvel Legend figures, they could do a better one. And he'd be one of my top redos, upgraded figures in the collection now. Jamlin, I prefer the chance to buy deluxe Marvel Legends over Build-A-Bear Ways. I feel like I'm in the minority there. Uh, you know, see, I feel like they just keep doing waves anyway, and as a result, it's not like they're making the non-Build-A-Figure waves 1999. If they did, I wouldn't be upset with that, and then buying a deluxe figure. But it's you're paying $24.99 regardless for a retro card or a Build-A-Figure, and that's where I had the problem because it's like I'm missing out on my free figure. And maybe I'm buying another one. I mean, let's take for example, this totally awesome Hulk wave. Would I prefer to get him as a deluxe? I don't know. I feel like he'd have been more expensive than I would have wanted. But I've got three figures that I for sure wanted in that wave. And the other ones, I think one of those figures didn't have a Build-A-Figure piece. Maybe it's Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. So there's three that I wouldn't want. But I don't know if I would have wanted him enough to pay $60 or $45 for him because I'm really hoping to get these other ones for sale cheaper. But it's just one of those deals where if they put out a good wave of figures, I'm gonna buy them anyway. And there's one kind of I'd rather have that, but I'd rather those prices be cheaper for those waves without one. Danny Ray, woo! I paid full price tickets for just rendition of all the Spider Ladies. Me and the Bayhive are working on it. Just Dress says, I've never bought a wave for any Build-A-Figure. I just buy it off eBay. Kev, you're most welcome. Hopefully you're able to use it and do it good. Judge Dredd is currently in the market for a loose Zabu. Let's see what he's going for now. I'm very curious. Let's see. Let's just do a basic Google search. See what he is going for right this moment. Yeah, see, that was no fun. All right, let's see. Let's try it this way. So you can get him for free for $199. Let's see. Oh, let's say Entertainment got cable in stock. That actually says Icarus. I'm not sure why they have cable and Iron Man there. This is not helpful. Okay, looks like I'm just gonna have to go to eBay. Let's do that because I want to see how much Zabu is, especially when there's a high price figure like that cable or popular figure in the mix, preventing some people from getting that figure. I feel like he's one, especially because in that same wave, he's right there. I think some people are not going to be as keen on selling him. Let's see. This is such a misleading one. Head, torso, right leg, paw, front, back. That's confusing. I don't believe you. Oh, let's see. 92 for Kazar and Zabu. I mean, makes sense to get them both. 149. Yeah, 108. I feel like if you're gonna buy Zabu, getting Kazar does also make sense. So I'm not upset with that auction. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna end up paying that same price unless you get him for cheaper, but it seems like you're gonna pay what you would pay anyway for a Build-A-Figure wave, just doing it, buying them one on straight up. on eBay or whatever. Danny Rue, unpopular in personal opinion. I don't care if a figure is pinless or has pins. It really doesn't matter. It's a toy. Lawson, unpopular opinion. I wish all Legends female figures came with the Moon Dragon cleavage shells for storing weapons. I'm trying to think because Moon Dragon did not have much of anything on that front. Hollow Net One, I thought X-Men 97 was great. Hopefully that's not an unpopular opinion. Love that show. I think Black series should be exclusive to fan channel. Why? Why? Target always has deals. G-Brew, absolutely hate seeing figures posed with guns pointed up, especially G.I. Joe Cobra figures. You point guns down unless you intend to shoot something. Anyone trained to use guns knows that. I mean, a lot of people don't. And that's probably a good thing. Tucker Lighter, what's up? Get that popcorn ready. Jamelin, that Cobra mothership was 600. Well, that's why I didn't find. Good gosh, that's crazy. Judge Reds, I do collect McFarlane, just not the classic stuff, and I really don't collect lines, just cool toys. That's right. Michael, I don't think we're the best time to fundraise for figures. I don't think the market is there anymore. I'm curious if it's the market isn't there or the market's dictating that it's only for certain popular figures slash vehicles slash play sets. Popular opinion. Speedball's face sculpt as a 42-year-old man bored while listening to a graduation speech is dead on Legends comic book. Yeah, he just needs an entire reworking, smaller sculpt, smiley, happy heads. Oh, just they really dropped the ball on Speedball. Finish Bob's with me. We definitely need a Marvel Legends classic Thor with a cloth cape and extra hands and hair sculpted in a way where he can rotate his head better in comic book accurate colors. Jibru, I don't particularly care about BAFs. I tend to pick and choose and would prefer that budget one to accessory sculpt and paint. But what if it doesn't? Like, that's the thing that's always been this deal for me. I remember when they put out that survey, would you rather buy deluxe figures? Would you rather the figures look nicer? And I feel like they took away the build figures with a lot of ways, but they didn't increase a lot of the quality, the paint work, where it's like, oh man, this is such a better looking figure. Yeah, I mean, there's some face painting work. It's really great. I don't feel like we've covered enough to make up for the lack of the build figure piece. Speaking moistly, unpopular opinion. I do not like Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. Motu and Mythic Legions are the best. Get what you like. There's no issue on that. Holonet, the deluxe releases of BAFs always have better paints. It certainly is seeming like that lately. Laura A, Drew Hill Haslab. So listen to fans and say, tell me what you want. Yeah, I don't think so either. They'll probably just test how deep is your love for me. I don't want to go any further down the Cisco rabbit hole. Dun, 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 dun. Jeffrey, they're doing a retro Secret Wars wave. James, I believe so. That's what Rectangular said a long time ago. And Rectangular hasn't been wrong with too much of stuff. Thinking, looking back over the list, he said that the Cabal set was going to be a 4-pack instead of a 3-pack, but let's give him a 99.999% accuracy rate. And the Retro Secret Wars is part of that. So here's hoping. And again, it's probably something we'll see revealed that Friday because G.I. Joe gets the Saturday San Diego Comic Con slot. So the 26th, we should know, hopefully. Speaking moistly, good thing about most toy collectors is we all have stuff we like and do not like, and most are cool with that. No hate. Ha! Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I like what you like. I don't see how me going, what you like is stupid. I don't help anybody. Well, just have fun doing what you do. unless I'm paying for somebody else's stuff. But since I'm not, go do your thing. Howling at one, I want a Blackbird or X Mansion Haslab. A Blackbird is a really popular choice for a Haslab. I'm still trying to figure out how that would work in display. Jibru, not as picky about how comic accurate figures are because their costumes differ from artist to artist. Compare Cockrum Cyclops to Burn Cyclops and then Smith Cyclops. They're all different. Yeah, there's a baseline that as long as they hit, I'm fine with. Excuse me. Kwame, I'm reluctant to buy Kazar and Zabu, not knowing how Shayna will be released. Feeling a box set coming. If it is, she's going to be in a long fur overcoat. '80s. I just think Hasbro should focus on selling G.I. Joe and '86 Studio Series figures as well as movie figures. Why is that? Mega variant G.I. Joe classifieds their Pintor figure yelling, "Come on, la 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 la." Speaking moistly, the golden age of action figures is over. Market is oversaturated and the costs keep getting too high, pricing many out of dollies. I don't know about that one. I mean, we're getting lines where we're getting a Mario and Luigi snuck in. Charlie Brown snuck in there. And so many figure lines. I mean, we're getting a new Cops and Crooks line. I don't know if the golden age is over. I mean, Marvel Studios is trying to get things back on track. Star Wars isn't going anywhere. Did over Transformers. G.I. Joe may not have been more popular since the start of the line back in the 80s. The real American Hero version, not the old one from the 60s. So I don't know. I think there's still plenty of meat left on the bone of this age of golden age of action figures. McFarlane's doing good stuff. I mean, still plenty there. You know, maybe the market is oversaturated, but I think people are still buying. That's why we're doing it. Lar A, I guess an unpopular opinion is bring mass back to mainline. Hence why neither Hasbro, Super 7, nor McFarlane are doing it yet. I don't think McFarlane can. I think Hasbro's the only one that is in the has the option to do it. Boy, Super 7, they could not do Mask any justice because so much of the play pattern for Mask involves the vehicles, and if you can't do that, what's the point? Hot take, says Kwame. Darwin is a must-have figure for Deadly Genesis. Collectors won't want it until Marvel does that story on 97. I mean, who are the rest of that team members with Vulcan? Because we need them as figures too. And it was weird that they did two of them, Petra and Sway. Like, we need them regardless if it's a box set or if it's just two solo figures, because it's a small team. It's four. They're not even fantastic, but it's four of them. We got half of them. Get them done. In Beltran, Moon Knight looks undersized on that Spider-Man 2099 body. I feel like Vulcan Buck would have been nice. Where's the Rogue and Mystique 2-pack? I just haven't put it up. They teased it. I mean, they showed it, but they said we weren't going to get that information until later. Larry, no more Cisco rabbit hole. That's just wrong. Love it. Kwame Taylor, Blackbird will not work. Yeah, I'm more on that line of thinking too. I mean, it's so long. It should be. I mean, that's what the whole point of the Blackbird is, and just can't think of any great X-Men story where it was more than just the cockpit area. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose if it's this little section that's the focus of where your X-Men are. And so much more of it needs to be, through the back. So I don't know how that works. I know I've seen a 3D printed version, which looked okay, but it's like, all right, cool. Snapshots reviews. My popular opinion is 3 3/4. It's a perfect scale for world building. Listen, that's not unpopular. I mean, the vintage collection, if the prices weren't so close to the 6 inch scale, I would be all over it. But yeah, I mean, you can do so much more. You can get play sets, all kinds of vehicles. You can get Haslabs. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't even think you're wrong on that. That's not even unpopular. That's accurate. Bing Bang Boom seems like the sort of Legends Haslab we're likely to get. Probably. Maurice, Blackbird would have to be seriously scaled back to make it practical. A Quinjet might be more realistic. Agreed. I think a Quinjet is kind of like this. It's a little, it's kind of like the bug. And all it is the space where your Avengers would be. Would hope that that would come through. Holland at one. A tiger can only wear a bikini, so can Shine. Yeah, I mean, if Namor can run around in a Speedo, so can Jimmy, what you like is stupid. It's the kind of thing a kid would say. I don't care what people think about what I like. It means nothing to me. When I was a kid, it drove me. Yeah, I mean, it's like, do your thing and do it well. And but it's like, I never understood that argument online. It's just like, why would I care if you like something that I don't like? It's all good. Do your thing. Robert Christensen. Hey, Jeff. I hope you're having a good extended weekend. Yeah, it was solid. It's been good. I mean, Saturday and Sunday still to go. Hopefully, we've had a good one as well, my man. Finish Bob, a Blackbird Haslab is impossible. Never tell me the odds. Way too big, unfortunately. It would need to be at least 3 feet long. An Avengers Quinjet will work, though. That could come in maybe at 24 inches. Kwame Taylor, if the golden age of collecting is over, enjoy it while it's here. This hobby dies with us. Kids don't buy action figures. No, what's hilarious? Every time I go in the toy aisle in a store, especially now because school's out, so my safe time to go to stores without being interrupted by these little kids, it's so weird because it's like, get out of here! What you don't even belong in this section. Go over to the video gamer, but it's not really that many. And you're right. I don't know what the kids are spending their money on. I mean, I guess it's just the games, but whew, yeah, these companies, I don't know what they're gonna do once we start getting aged out where our collections are on eBay because we're in a nursing home. But yeah, well, that's why we're the biggest purchasing group of toys right now. Not the little kids anymore. I guess that's why they're making prices more expensive. Snapshot reviews. There's only two options for a HasLab for Marvel Legends: Apocalypse or two Death Danger Room. Death Room would be totally different. No mutants will want to go in that one. Or Danger Room Diorama. I think there's still plenty of options for a HasLab. I mean, you could do the Fantastic Car. You could do the Watcher. Um, Eternity, if you want to go to the Celestials, Thing Fang Foom, another option. Frost Giants, if you wanted to, and if you just wanted to keep going with the giant thing, here's Atlas, here's Clint Barton, Goliath, here's Goliath, here's Bill Foster, Black Goliath, there's Power Man 2, I mean Power Man 3, 2. Yeah, I mean there's still tons of options for it. Vintage Bob, I still pray just to make it today for an Eternity Haslab or the Watcher, the Stranger, Mangog, or Living Monolith. Oh, I feel like you're not watching the Acolyte to get that Stranger joke. Doesn't Hasbro own Mask? They do. Mask. I don't know how they do an Eternity figure, but man, it takes them a really long time. But man, I'd love to see one that did that character justice. Yeah, I mean the scale is always the tricky thing with Mass because you got to have the vehicles, and I guess there's not that many. They would dominate. I mean, they were if they were to do 6 inch scale, they would get so much love for doing Haslabs every year. They'd be like, let's get another one. Let's get the Bunker Hill playset. What I would buy. I mean, I would like 6 inches for the figures. Got to complete that sentence. Just don't leave that one just hanging out there. That sounded bad too. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I would love to get those mass figures in a 6 inch scale because I could do articulation and in the mask, you could take them off and do all kinds of fun stuff. 3.75 inch probably makes more sense though. Probably cheaper. Mystique in yellow underwear Cyclops could potentially be in the secret. According to the Hasbro Marvel Legends team, their secret tales or strange tales. Yeah, I mean, I gotta hope that they just do the classic 80s Secret Wars storyline. And I think we are in that anniversary, if I am not mistaken. Anniversary. It's 40th anniversary. Gosh, is it really 4 years? Yeah. So it's the 40th anniversary for the original miniseries. So yeah, I feel like that's what they're gonna do. And we need a better wrecking crew, absorbing man, Titania, Volcana, better molecule man. The one we got is too pretty. Maybe they should use his head for Lieutenant Falcon. So there are a lot of characters, and then that's probably a good way to get a Captain America with that shaded American A, shaded A on his forehead. Maybe there's a different way to get the Fantastic Four. This way would be perfect to get Fantastic Four, She-Hulk into the mix. So there you go. Yeah. So there's lots of characters. Wouldn't mind Cyclops though. Professor X in his spandex outfit. Hot take: Popeye is more powerful than Goku and Superman, as long as there's Spanish around. Jibber, it took them a while to resurrect Petra and Sway in the Krakoan era because they died before the backups existed. That's why it's always important to keep your backups. Scarlet Witch fixed that, but Vulcan created energy versions of them because he's nuts. Thank you for explaining what was going on in that storyline with them. I mean, they did those two figures, so finish the team. I mean, how many times has Thunderbird died? And Sunfire, and Banshee, King Collector. I'm thinking about passing on classified vehicles and going back to the smaller vintage vehicle. They're really cheap now on eBay. Plus, they just fit on the shelf better. That is probably very true because people are all in with classified, and you can gobble up those old school Real American Hero vehicles. Pretty nice. They got me curious. What are they going for? Let's see. I'm already on eBay, right? Nobody beats Judge. All right, let's see. I'm curious. You piqued my curiosity. Let's do it so everybody can see. King Collector. Judge vehicles. All right, let's see what we're working with here. $42. Jesus, this is for real. This auction is crazy. It's getting the vamp, the bridge layer. Seriously? Stop it. The snowcat. It's a lot of vehicles. $42. Are you really serious? Boy, that is a solid deal there. All right, well, that's a great auction. Let's see what else we talking about here. Boy, we have to go grab it. Hit the Defiant for only, jeez, $13.68. It's expensive. It's hard to slaughter with the triple T. You get your Pursuit of Cobra. You get your Anniversary Hiss. What else we got on here? Lots of G.I. Joe vehicles for $51. Piranha $215. That's more expensive. Some solid deals here. This wave $325. It's like a lot of repair work needed for that. Huh. All right, so there's some options there. I was curious, and man, there's some options there, King. No, not in any version that makes sense. I'm sure they have gone back and forth and done all kinds of wild stuff. Yes, Mystique was always part of Secret Wars, as they're known to do now, but no, not in the original. Don't talk about my speed up. The vintage jokes headquarters like 130 complete. And that's one. I gotta feel like they're gonna make a Haslab with that eventually. I mean, just scale it up so we can put the vamp there, the Mobat eventually. I mean, we should be able to get that. Judge Drez, there's a time for kids to go into the hobby. I didn't start collecting toys until I was an adult. Huh. What was it that got you moved over to toys as an adult collector? Fantastic car would be awesome. Thanks, Lawson. I think it will work. Maurice, they could do some dioramas and really clean up. I agree. I think that is the untapped realm for any series. Well, and that's my Transformers, but G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, if they were still doing them, Star Wars, of course. They're not doing enough of it. Marvel Legends too. So classified as best line out at the moment. And McFarlane has some pretty good figures. I think most Legends collectors would disagree with those. Hey, Jamlin, you're right on that. Quaman and diorama with a bunch of power effects will work for Haslab. Sure. Green Man, X Jet. I wonder, I mean, just like in my hypothetical world, how the Blackbird would fun and look. I feel like people would be disappointed because like the practicality of having it versus the that would be cool to have as a Haslab, I think would change us some people. Ryan, the Watcher wouldn't have to be a Haslab. They can make them between 13 to 16 inches at retail. It's true. I'm just kind of curious if they decided to go all out to have him looking Galactus eye to eye. Speaking moistly, kids do like toys, but they like them for a shorter period of time than us Gen X did. Generation. Also, our video games were not nearly as good as they are now. I don't know. Is that gosh, playing video games now, you have to wait an hour for it to load on the system, and another hour between going back and forth, going on YouTube, watching some walkthrough because it doesn't make sense. And then they've got things where it's like, oh, cool, I could just jump over here like I did in every other level, except for this part because they need me to go over here. Sorry, that rant was ridiculous. By the way, Marvel Select has a good watcher figure out already. They do Judge Dreads. I still have them in there for my collection. We're more physical, hands-on than kids are now. They're more online digital. Very true. Maybe they'll redo Claw for Secret Wars line because that character needs a better figure. Old is a mess. Lawson Fooms had a modern comic series. He had his own series. Jeez. It was around in the 90s comics. And an am Iron Man. In the Iron Man cartoon, I think a lot of fans know him. Probably true. Let me do this real fast. Bam. That just made me so brighter. There we go. Imagine a galactic-sized eternity Haslab and all the stars and the planets and the sun and the moon above in his form light up. He look awesome. Don't get obscure characters like Zoom. I don't know about that one, my man. I think people be like, who? I don't know. Maybe Eternity is a better candidate for deluxe. I feel like there's some options for Pulse exclusive tall figures that the Marvel Legends team hasn't really tried to do. Just give it a shot. See if that would work. And if it doesn't, then all right, they got to be Haslabs. I feel like the choices they've made have been super tall, gigantic figures that make sense. And there are other ones that they could get away with making smaller. Marvel Legends Haslab won't come with figures that stretch tiers anymore, just alternate zombie and scroll heads. Ryan, let's hope that's not the case. Quaman, hot take. We need an Ahab figure. Very toyetic. I don't know if people would be against that. Time to go to eBay. There's some really good Joe vehicles on there. Hollow Knight 1. I still have their Fantastic Four She-Hulk exclusive. They came in the cloth outfit. Still a pretty decent figure. Even if it has those odd leg articulation, like that Valkyrie figure is rough. How much would a room with a Fantastic car cost? You said a room. I don't think a Fantastic car has to be that expensive. I feel like that's something they could put out next year with the movie dropping. But yeah, I think that'd be crazy. Namer says Frost Giant would be a good option because you could have tiers of different heads, yes, removable armored parts, and you could army build. Yeah. Of course, then it's like, how many $250 giant Frost Giants do I need? Ooh, 80s skip the heat. G.I. Joe's the best action figure line. Marvel Legends is overrated. There's two different versions of the Fantastic Car. There's a bathtub version, and there's a more complicated one with the rocket engines on the side. I want the bathtub version myself. Finish Bob. I think Living Monolith would be a great Haslab because he would have to automatically come with a Living Pharaoh figure. Since he's an X-Men villain, that's a huge tie-in. Plus, he looks awesome. Maurice Phillips says, plus kids nowadays would be more interested in figures from anime and manga series than in the traditional superheroes, etc. I wonder why. Poor writing. Michael Solis, high take. Pizza Spider-Man, still a good sculpt. Maybe just needs a little update. I do like that figure. Maybe we can get a Fing Fang Boom Haslab with Stanley and Jack Kirby alternate heads to put on the dragon. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat, Kwame. I appreciate it, my man. Like and subscribe. Thank you. I meant Foom. Let me see here. Let me see. I think. How much would a Foom the Fantastic Art cost? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. I wonder. I mean, Fing Fang Foom should have a lot of detail and be complicated. So I think they could do their normal $300 without batting an eye and people going, okay, that's fair. But would you want to figure with him? Because I feel like he would need something. Maybe a Mandarin. All right, well, I think that's everything I want to talk about. Great. There we go. I'm with you now. All right, so that's all for me. Friday night's winding down, or Friday night's about to get started. Got to figure out what movie I'm going to watch. Should I go with Beekeeper, Axel Foley? We'll see. Classified is good now, but where will they be when we have all the main characters? Welcome to the problem of longevity. There's so many vehicles left. There's alternate versions of these figures and their different looks. We got the new Skybound series that's dropping new looks right now for main characters. So, and then of course there's other looks. There's the Sigma 6. There's the Reaction, different versions of Renegades looks. I don't think they're in any problem in terms of, oh no, how do we keep the line going for a while off now? And there's still so many Joes left. Boom work because I'm thinking they could pull in collectors of Mythic Legions. That's a good point, Namor. Lost in person in love with Foom, but I also love all the Celestials. I kind of want everything. Yes. Hollander One, any of you remember the other comic companies? Of course, like Valiant and Milestone. What are they still around? We got those figures. I'm hoping we get more Milestone figures. But yeah, I would have loved to have gotten well-articulated figures from the Valiant line. I don't know. It kind of seemed like when they're writing, they are trying to write for younger audiences. Dana Red still want a spider car for Haslab with a Johnny Storm and a John Romita Sr. Spidey on the Action Figure 15. Amazing Fantasy 15 mold. That'd be a good choice. All right. Well, that's it for real. Thank you all for hanging out with me on a special Friday early evening edition. And I'll be back normal time. I don't think there are any more holidays on a Thursday anytime soon. So back and ready to do this thing later on next week. If anything drops interesting, of course, I'll be back on. Probably post some pictures of this guy soon. So be on the lookout for it. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.